Hey guys, and welcome. I'm Kate, and this is a morning flow practice that's got a slow build to it, get you out of bed and onto your mat and then into your day. And of course, it's something that you can do any time of day. I just thought it'd be nice to have a good morning practice and the repertoire. So here it is. You can grab a couple of blocks if you think that you're gonna want them, and a quiet spot to roll out your mat. You can even stay in your pajamas if you want. I'll see you in a few. Okay guys, so we're gonna get started in a comfortable seat. I like to start sitting cross-legged. I'm on a blanket. You can grab a block if you have one of those. If sitting cross-legged doesn't work for you, you can always sit on your heels or any other way that feels good. Just take a moment to let your hands rest on your lap, to slide your eyes closed and get yourself here. Start to feel your shoulders relax down. To feel your sitting bones root into the ground. And lengthen gently up from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head. Make some space from your outer hips and your armpits, from the tops of your shoulders to your earlobes, so the sides of your body get some length. And shift for a moment to your breath. And you can take this time here to start to check in, right? Just to see what's going on in your body, in your mind. So you have a gauge of what you might expect as we start moving and what you might need to respect in your body as we get moving. So you're gonna take a deep breath in. As you do, drag your shoulders up tight into your ears. And we're gonna sigh it out on the exhale. And again, inhale, squeeze them up super tight. Let them drop. One more, inhale, squeeze them up. And exhale, let them drop. All right, from here, if you've got your eyes closed, you can let them spring open. You're gonna take your right arm across in front of your chest and then scoop it in with the left arm. And just draw it gently in. As you do, pull the head of your right arm bone back. So your right shoulder blade's still on your back. And as you draw through the arm bone, you want to reach into your right fingertips. And give a little bit of resistance. You're going to press the back of your right arm into the left. And then take your gaze over to the right. And breathe there. Inhale, bring your head back through center. You're gonna sweep this right arm all the way up, right alongside your ear. Bend your elbow, walk your fingertips down your back. And then you're gonna grab a hold with the left hand. Feel your low ribs draw in. So you don't wanna get super curved in the low back. Low ribs kind of pull in as you root through your sitting bones. You can just use that left hand to gently press your right elbow back. And feel both shoulders, the tops of both shoulders soften away from your ears. And give your head a little shake side to side. Yeah. All right, left hand's gonna come back down to your lap. Take your right arm, stretch it up, and then out to the side, shoulder height, and flip so your thumb faces the floor. And then you're gonna bend that elbow and take the back of your hand to your low back. You can start to work your thumb kind of up the length of your spine. You wanna spread your fingers and breathe here. And you can take the head of this arm bone and start to roll it toward the back of the socket. And if it feels okay in your upper arm and in your shoulder, you can always take this right elbow and start to work it behind you a little bit. That's it. Take a couple breaths here. Make some space in the shoulder and the back of your arm. Then you're gonna take your left fingertips down to the mat outside your left hip and sneak your right arm through. And maybe you can grab a hold of your left bicep here. Maybe it doesn't come that far because there's some tightness in here, and that's okay, right? We're just gonna kind of sneak it through as far as you can. Take a breath in, and when you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. And on your next inhale, you're gonna roll your left ear up over your left shoulder. And give your head a little shake side to side here. And then roll back down, chin to chest. And again, left ear up over your left shoulder. And one more time, chin to chest. And then left ear up over your shoulder. And then feel your chin drop back down to your chest. Inhale, lift your head. Gonna take this right arm, bring it out to the side, walk it out a bit, sweep your left arm alongside your ear, and go into a nice side stretch. Root down through the left side sitting bone. You can take your gaze up. If your neck is still feeling kind of tight, you can keep your gaze down. Inhale, come on up, reach both arms overhead. When you exhale, take your right hand across to your left knee and swing your left hand behind you. Lengthen up on your inhale, and when you exhale, twist it out. And then inhale, come back through the middle, and as you do, you're gonna sweep your left arm in front of your chest and hook it in with the right arm. Plug your arm bone back into the socket. Extend through your left fingertips. Take your gaze over your left shoulder and press the back of your left arm into your right where they make that connection. Just trying to work into the smaller places in your body. When you inhale, head comes back through the middle. You're gonna sweep your left arm out and around and up so it comes alongside your ear, and then bend your elbow, walk your fingertips down. You're gonna grab a hold of that elbow with your right hand. And then you wanna feel the tops of your shoulders start to melt away, and notice if your low ribs lift. Mine do all the time. You wanna start to tuck those low ribs in. And just take a couple of breaths here. You can shake your head a little bit side to side. Yeah. Inhale, reach the left arm up, take it out to the side, flip your palm, and then you're gonna take the back of your hand to your low back, and you can start to work your thumb up the length of your spine, so maybe your hand comes up to the middle of your back. Wherever it lands, hopefully it's comfortable and not too strenuous, right? Spread your fingers, then take the head of this arm bone, you're gonna roll it back as if you could carve out space underneath your collarbone. And if you want, you can press your left elbow back gently and breathe. All right, right fingertips to the mat. You're gonna start to walk your hand through. You can grab a hold of your bicep. If it doesn't reach all the way over there, it's totally fine. Deep breath in. When you exhale, you're gonna drop your chin to your chest and then roll your right ear up over your right shoulder. And you're gonna play with those little quarter circles going back down, chin to chest, and then up again, and chin to chest. And then one more time up again. Maybe once you get up there, you can shake your head gently. And then roll yourself back down. Your inhale. You're gonna lift your head, release your left hand out into the side, walk it out, sweep your right arm alongside your ear. Like a little side lean here. You wanna feel this right side lengthen down into the mat, even as you reach up and over to the left. And your gaze can go wherever it feels comfortable. And then inhale, you're gonna come on back up, reach both arms. As you exhale, take your left hand across to your right knee and take your right hand behind. And go for a twist. Inhale. And when you exhale, let yourself unwind. You can take your hands to your legs here. On your inhale, arch your spine, take your gaze up. And when you exhale, you can round. If you want to hook your fingertips over the tops of your knees to give yourself a little traction here, you can. Inhale, arch your back. Roll your shoulders down. And exhale and round in. One more of those. Inhale. And then exhale, round. All right, come back up to your nice tall spine. And if you're sitting on something, you're gonna take it out from underneath you and move it to the side. You may wanna keep it at the ready, and then lean back in your hands for a moment and just stretch out your legs, because we were there for a minute. You can roll out your ankles. And if you were sitting on your heels, and you're gonna do the same exact thing, stretch your feet out for a second. Then you're gonna take your right leg in, left foot in front. Inhale, lengthen up, and when you exhale, just fold gently over your legs. And you can walk the hands out as far as you feel comfortable going. Then you wanna press your hands into the floor and feel your sitting bones press back behind you and down into the mat. And you can let your head hang and shake out your neck. And then from here, you're gonna walk gently over to the right. Keep tacking this left sitting bone, or this left hip bone back in space. And then come back through the middle with your hands. Come on up to sit and just switch the cross of your legs. Inhale, lengthen up. And when you exhale, same deal. Walk your hands forward. Moving into the hips a little bit here. You can let your head go. You want to keep your hands rooted into the floor. Send your sitting bones back behind you. Then walk your hands over to the left. And this time you want to keep that right side drawing back and away from your right fingertips. And then you're going to come forward, roll over your knees, come on into table. And once you hit your table, you're going to take your right foot, stretch it back. Tuck your toe to the mat. We were sitting for a minute, or several. I'm just going to go side to side for a minute. Stretch into the backs of your legs. And then prep yourself for a down dog. A longer table, spread your fingers, tuck your toes. Take it up and stretch it back. Maybe this is your first down dog of the day. Probably is. You're doing it in the morning, so take a second to kind of pedal out. Move how you need to warm this up. All right, inhale, I'm gonna roll it forward into plank. Hold in your plank, press the floor away. Deep breath in. Exhale, pull it back, downward facing dog. And now moving with your breath, inhale, roll it forward into plank. Exhale, pull your hips back, downward facing dog. 2 more of those. Inhale, roll it forward. And exhale, pull it back. Last one. Inhale, roll forward. And exhale, pull it back. Take your gaze back to your feet, and you're gonna walk your hands back to meet them. So you're in Uttanasana at the back of the mat. Soften your knees. You can let your belly and your chest start to lay on the top of your thighs. And grab opposite hand to elbow here and just let yourself sway gently. Okay, release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into the floor. Come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. Sweep your arms out, reach it up. When you exhale, bring your hands down through prayer and take that long walk to the top of your mat. I don't know. You can do it however you want, right? I like to add some pep to my step. All right, so find a good Tadasana. Feet underneath your hips and shoulders over those hips. It's all about your hips. Okay, inhale, take your arms, reach them up. When you exhale, you're gonna bend your elbows. Bring them into cactus. Squeeze the tips of your shoulder blades in. Then feel your chest rise up even as you root through your heels. Big breath through the collarbones here. And when you exhale, you're gonna drop your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and open a little bit more through the fronts of your shoulders. Oh, inhale. When you exhale, fold yourself forward, Uttanasana, with the fingers still interlaced. You can soften your knees if you need to. And shake out your head here. And as you press down through your feet, feel your kneecaps start to lift. The backs of your legs can work. Oh. And then slowly release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet, rise back up, Urdhva Hastasana. Inhale, sweep out and up. Exhale, hands down through prayer. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Inhale. Exhale, hands drop behind your back, interlace the fingers. Maybe funky pinkies on top. Inhale here. And then exhale, dive forward. Inhale. And release your hands on your exhale. Halfway lift, lengthen. And fold. Press into your feet, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. We're gonna do one more of those. Inhale. Hands down through prayer, Samastiti as you exhale. Last one, inhale, out and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Big breath in. Exhale, hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, even deeper. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale here. Exhale and release. Now you're gonna plant your hands, walk your feet back, downward facing dog. Yeah. Inhale, float it forward into plank. Exhale, drop your knees. Chest and chin come forward of your fingertips. Launch off your toes. Inhale. Exhale, release your forehead. We're gonna round it up. Find a little cow pose. Tuck your toes as you inhale. Send your hips back toward your heels. Little child's pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, feel the four corners of your palms root down here. Take your gaze forward and walk or hop Uttanasana. Top of the mat, inhale. Exhale and fold. Press into your feet, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Hands down through prayer. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Cactus the elbows, exhale. Inhale, lift into your chest. Exhale, hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers. Inhale, broaden even more. Exhale and fold. Full breath. And release on your exhale, and then walk it back. Use your other foot to walk it back. Maybe you're a right foot stepper, so be a left foot stepper. Okay, this time inhale, sweep your right leg up, stretch back. Exhale, knee to nose, round it in. Inhale, take it up and back. Exhale, step that right foot forward. You're gonna drop the back knee. Pop up onto your fingertips, sink the hips. Ooh, and then Anjaneyasana, inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take your hands to the mat. Sweep your hips back, work to straighten your right leg. This is where blocks come in handy if you're tight in the hamstrings. Feel your chest lift and your sitting bones stretch back behind you. And then from here, you're gonna rock it forward, come back into your lunge. Take this left foot, sweep it back behind you, and you're gonna sit. So your left sitting bone comes onto your left heel, and you want your right leg in like a 90-degree angle here. So we're in a lunge with the right leg. Take your right arm to the inside of your inner thigh. Feel your chest lift, and then wrap your left arm around. Maybe you find the low back. Maybe you can hook your fingertips to the top of your thigh. We're working into your foot now. I mean, I don't have to tell you because I'm sure you're feeling it. Just making some space, right? In your foot, the sole of your foot, your calf. Take another breath as you lift into your chest. Then you're gonna come up onto your knee and stretch your right leg out. You can come onto your heel or drop your foot down, whatever feels better in your hip here. Let your right hand walk down your leg, sweep your left arm up and over. A little Parigasana modification here. That's it. Inhale, come on back up. You're gonna take the right toes, point them back toward the front of your mat, and walk your foot in again so you're back in this lunge. Your hands are gonna come down to the floor, and right hand comes to the inside of your right foot here. Lean gently into your inner thigh as you hug your inner thigh into your shoulder. Take your left arm alongside your ear, a little baby side angle, which doesn't feel so baby. And my right leg, but you know, nice long spine, inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna frame your front foot and pivot your left foot back behind you. And one more time, little Ardha Hanumanasana, work to straighten your right leg. And then gently rock forward. Send that right foot back to the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, come on forward into your plank. Exhale, drop your knees, chest and chin, elbows in. Inhale, float it forward. Exhale, press into your hands around your spine, little cow pose. Inhale, tuck your toes, child's pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg's gonna lift. Inhale, sweep it up, reach back. Exhale, step it up between your thumbs. Drop your back knee. Come high into your fingertips, sink your hips. And then inhale, Anjaneyasana. Feel the tops of your shoulders relax down. Inhale. And then hands to the mat, Ardha Hanuman. Shift your hips back and work to straighten your left leg. Again, if you want blocks to make this friendlier, or water bottles or coffee mugs, whatever you got at the ready. Feel your chest lift, sitting bones draw back behind you. Then you're gonna rock it forward. Come back into your lunge, sweep your right foot behind you, take a seat. Left arm's gonna sweep open. Right hand sneaks around behind, either to the low back or hook your top of your thigh here. Lift into your chest. Take your gaze down your left hand. Now we're working into your right foot. Fair is fair. Okay, then come up onto this right knee. Stretch your left leg out. You can come onto your heel, if that makes more sense. Or you can work the outer edge of your foot parallel to the front of the mat. Walk your left hand down. Sweep your right arm up and stretch it over. Let your right shoulder roll open. And then come on back up. Open your left toes again. Slide your heel a little closer in. You're gonna come down, hands to the mat. Take your left hand to the inside of your left foot. Lean gently back, hug the leg in, and then our baby side angle. Your right shoulder is gonna relax away from your earlobe. Start to lean back a little bit. Oh, yeah. Wake up that inner thigh. Inhale. And then exhale, both hands to the mat, either side of that front foot. And then you're gonna sweep this right leg back underneath you. And one more time, slide your hips back and work into Ardha Hanuman. Gonna feel it out. See how it feels this time compared with the first time. Then you're gonna rock yourself forward, plant your hands, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Then you're gonna walk or hop, top of the mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press the floor away. Inhale, come out and up. And hands down through prayer. Okay, reach it down, out and up. Exhale, cactus the elbows. Inhale, lift into your chest. Exhale, hands come behind your back, interlace your fingers, get a little deeper in. On your exhale, fold over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale here. When you exhale, release your hands. Halfway lift on your inhale. Downward facing dog. If you want to toss in some jumps and some vinyasas, you can. I generally don't feel like doing that in the morning. But I mean, if you do, then more power to you. Okay. Inhale, take your right leg, sweep it up, stretch it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, kick it up and back. Exhale, step that puppy up between your thumbs. Drop your back knee. Anjaneyasana on your inhale. Exhale, take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers. Roll the tops of your shoulders up and then back. Keep your lift through your chest. Tuck your left toes under. We're gonna lift the left knee off the mat. Low belly draws in and up. Feel that left thigh lift. Push back through your left heel. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Anchor down into your feet. Full breath here. When you exhale, you're gonna windmill this left hand down to the floor. Come onto the ball of your back foot. Now take your right toes and you're gonna squeegee them like a couple inches back into the side, open your toes 45 degrees. Then you're gonna drop onto the outer edge of your left foot and roll onto the outer edge of your right. Take your right hand to the inner right thigh, and as you press the floor away with the left hand, gently press the right thigh away from you. Let your hips sink as you lift into your chest. It's a mama stretch. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're gonna step it back into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. If you wanna throw a chaturanga in, by all means, inhale, launch it forward. Exhale, cow pose, round. Tuck your toes. Inhale, child's pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg's gonna float up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, step it forward. Drop your back knee, Anjaneyasana on your inhale, sweep it up. Take your hands behind your back, funky pinky on top. Don't forget about funky pinky. Oh goodness. The sides of your neck be long. Tuck your right toes under. Power up through that right leg. Top of the right thigh. It's gonna lift up. You got this. Inhale, sweep your arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, open, warrior two. Settle into it. Fire up your inner right thigh. Inhale here. And exhale. Right hand's gonna windmill to the floor. Pivot on the ball of your back foot. And now take this left foot and kind of give it a little bit of squeegee to the left and open. Then roll onto the outside of the right foot. Drop onto the outside of the left. You wanna press into the floor with the right hand. Take your left hand to your inner left thigh. Gently press the thigh open as you lift your chest. Sink this outer right hip down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale. Step it back. Downward facing dog. From here, you're gonna gaze forward. Walk your feet up. And take a seat. And then roll onto your back. Oh, that's it. Bring your arms alongside your body. Gonna press into your feet. Lift your hips. Come on into a bridge pose. Gonna start to walk your shoulders underneath you, but don't interlace your fingers. You're gonna press your palms flat on the mat here. You're gonna push into your left foot. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. And when you exhale, cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Feel your right hip start to lift. Inhale. And when you exhale, slowly lower it down. Get your arms out of the way. You're gonna keep your arms on at your sides here. Try to relax your shoulders and your neck. You're just gonna draw your left knee in. And use the strength of your left leg to pull your right foot closer, and use the energy in your right leg to keep working your right knee away from you. So it's an unsupported figure four stretch. Just starting to amp up the muscles a little bit. Amp it up. This is just what you want really in the morning. Oh, goodness. All right, and then from here, arms come out to the sides. You're gonna drop this whole leg unit over to the left. Step on that right foot, press it into the floor, and then again, you're gonna work this right knee away from you. Spin your torso to the right. Nice work. And come back up through the middle. Both feet flat on the mat, hips distance apart. Bring your arms alongside bridge number two, right? Shoulder blades in. Press into your feet, lift up. You can start to sneak your arms underneath you. Spread your fingers, maybe your thumbs touch under there. Press into the floor. All right, now from here, you're gonna maybe walk your right foot a little bit toward the midline. Stretch up into this left leg. Fire up that glute. Little booty hit. And then you want to cross your left ankle on the top of your right thigh. Keep your hip points square as you start to work that left knee. Open gently. Inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to lower it down. Let your arms come out of the way. Keep your shoulders, your neck soft, and then just draw your right knee in. No interlacing the fingers, no help here. Just Working the legs. That's it. Okay? From here, arms are gonna come out to the sides and drop this puppy over to the right. You're gonna step on this foot here, let the left knee open away from you and spin your chest to the left. Keep working your left knee away. All right, and then come back up through the middle. Both feet flat on the floor. You're gonna draw your knees in, take them wide. Then take your hands behind your thighs. All right, so actually small note here. If you wanna go for a Shavasana, if you wanna lay out, then by all means you can lay out. I'm gonna come up to sit, right? So you can roll up nice and slow. If you wanna find that little nugget of a blanket or a block that you were sitting on, you can. If you wanna stay on your back, take some time here, then please do. Sometimes a Shavasana in the morning makes me a little too sleepy. So I'm gonna come up, right? If you wanna stay sleepy, then that's cool. Relax your shoulders, close your eyes, and take a few moments to just kind of let your body from that movement. And even though you stayed with your breath through your entire practice, you want to come back to it again here, now that you're not moving. And you can root yourself again with your inhales and your exhales. Take a moment here to check in, to notice any subtle shifts from when you stepped onto your mat, from when you eked your way out of bed and rolled yourself onto your mat, or when you have taken your afternoon break, right? And I invite you to stay here sitting as long as you want, as long as you have time for. I'm gonna take a moment here to say thank you for practicing with me today. I really appreciate it. I look forward to practicing with you again. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.